Hey everybody, this is Bridget Danner, and this is a little video on how to use essential oils, how to apply them, and then we'll talk about a couple oils that are on special today. So if you find this movie later, you might not get the specials of the day if it's not this day anymore, but you'll still get some great information on how to use oils in general and how to use a couple in particular. So when I say how to use oils, I don't mean like for what symptom, but I mean how to apply them. So there's three ways. One is inhalation, and this is a really effective way to use essential oils. So you can literally just take the bottle and open it and sniff it. And you can take 5 to 10 breaths, or even I think one breath is doing something, because it's giving you that information from the oils. So essential oils are very volatile. Like they're very active. So just opening the bottle, you don't even really need to shake it. You can start to smell the molecules coming out. So that fragrance is also the active compounds. So that's going in through your nose to your olfactory center, and then right into some centers of your brain, like your limbic system for emotions, and then into the other control centers of the brain, the endocrine system, the nervous system. So it seems really simple, but it's really powerful. And honestly, I used to just like slap my oils on my body without really like trying to smell them, and you'll still smell them a bit, but now I'm a little more intentional about smelling. It's also a great way, like if you're using oils for a mood, to just like take some deep breaths and shift your mood. Or if you're using an oil for like having a cold or being stuffed up, then smelling is definitely good as well. Next way to use it is on your body. So there are times where I think it's beneficial to have it on the area that you want to treat. One example, this is a blend called Past Tense for headaches. So you just put it like on the back of your neck or your temples, and it's creating like an effect of sort of a pain. I call it like a pain tricker, like tricking your body into not thinking there's pain in that area, or changing the inflammation levels. So sometimes putting them right on an area you want is beneficial. Definitely putting it on the abdomen for digestive upset, on the uterus. I have this Clary Calm blend that's good for menstrual issues. Putting it right around the uterus is a great place to put it, to absorb and give that information to that organ. Let's see if there's any others. Yeah, and then like here's a couple examples. These are some oils I've had a really long time that you can use on your face. So geranium is good for like clearing up scars and old blemishes. And cedarwood is good for just kind of purifying the skin. But I also find it incredibly motivating. I feel like just really confident when I smell this woody smell. So those are a couple ways to use topically. And then the last way is internally. So there's some controversy on this. It's funny, in the essential world, there's always different opinions about ingesting oils. You certainly should not ingest every oil. Some oils should not be ingested ever. But in the doTERRA brand, if you see this label, it's like a supplement label. It says supplement facts, that kind of a thing. That means you can safely ingest it. So doTERRA brand does third-party testing, so you don't have to worry about having some kind of filler or pesticides or anything like that. So if you're buying your oils from like Bed Bath & Beyond, don't be ingesting them no matter what type of oil it is. But so some people, you don't really have to ingest oils or put them in your mouth. But again, to get sometimes to the source that you want it to, I think is helpful. So there's some I use on a Q-tip to put up my nose when I have a cold. And then I'll do another video on that another time. And then I use like peppermint oil directly in my mouth for food cravings, or just to like freshen my mouth. It's good for plaque. And then I use also this Slim and Sassy for food cravings. I'll just like put it on my gums, that kind of a thing. Or you can put a drop in a glass of water. Some people do that. You can also put it in a capsule. So like this is an essential oil of oregano capsule from a different brand. So to say that we don't use them internally isn't really true, because in naturopathic medicine, we have been using them internally. You just have to be aware of which ones you're using, and you don't want to use something strong like oil of oregano internally for a long time. Because it's a strong antimicrobial herb, and you only need that when you need that, right? Like if you have food poisoning or some mystery stomach thing. So that's a little bit on how to use them, and let's move on to the oils of the day. So today's BOGO special is on 2 oils. If you buy the Aroma Touch, which is doTERRA's massage blend, then you get a free marjoram. So when I first read this special, I was like, oh, Aroma Touch. And then I was like, oh, I don't really know much about marjoram. But now I'm really excited about marjoram, and I can't wait to share with you more about it. So let me start with the Aroma Touch. It's pretty, simpler to explain. It's their massage blend. It has things like cypress, peppermint, lavender. It actually contains the marjoram. So the purpose of it is to give you kind of a relaxing smell while at the same time invigorating and relaxing your muscles. So sometimes you need to move blood to your tissues to get them to relax. So there's some movement. There's things like grapefruit, and then it contains basil, which is a muscle relaxant I've used for many years. So Aroma Touch is really simple. You can use it on, rubbing it on your shoulders at the end of the day. You can use it for leg cramps. And then let's talk about marjoram. Let me pull up my notes. So you'll sometimes find with doTERRA's descriptions, they're a little general, and they have their reasons. So we have to be careful not to make health claims when we're online. So I'll just make the disclaimer that this video is for educational and entertainment purposes. I am not here to replace your doctor. And here is some of the things I found out in my research that marjoram can be used for. And a lot of this information I got from a website called organicfacts.net. So thank you to them for publishing this. So marjoram has terpenes, I think is how you say it, terpenine, which is antibacterial and antifungal. So in addition to being a muscle relaxant, like it's in the Aroma Touch blend, it's also good for a lot of other things. So it's good for colds and flus. It can help like clear up phlegm in your nose or your lungs, and can help it be like an antibacterial for when you're sick. Let's see what else. It can work for gas and indigestion. It's warming and circulating. So it circulates to the brain to help prevent dementia, which is interesting. Warms the joints for arthritis. It promotes sweating when you're sick, so it can reduce a fever. Also promotes urination, so it's kind of detoxifying, so it can reduce swelling, but be aware when you're using it if you may need to drink more water if it's promoting urination. Can help promote more regular, less painful periods, which is really interesting, and even help prevent early menopause. So it could be really interesting for our ladies watching. Can be used as a laxative, can speed wound healing, lower blood pressure, and relieve stress and anxiety, especially in shock and trauma. So it's a pretty amazing list. It's, sometimes with essential oils, you're like, how could it do so many things? But I think you just need to know a few things that it can do. Like it can be used for pain from headaches or muscle spasms or pulled muscles. It can be good for antibacterial in times of cold, detoxification and moving lymph. So it really depends on you and what you need. Like what kind of uses do you need an oil for? And just kind of keep in mind a few of those uses. So you definitely don't need a lot of oils to start your collection because so many of them overlap. So this special today is nice because you get something that's really easy to use. The Aroma Touch, you know what that's for. You can use it with your kids. You can put it on straight. You can put it in your bath water. And then you get this really cool oil that you maybe wouldn't have tried, like I hadn't tried yet. And I'm super excited to try it now because it does a ton of different things. So just learning little by little, and if you have marjoram in your collection, it's going to, potentially do a lot of different things for you. So thanks for watching. Our shop link is below this video, and always the best way to get in the doTERRA community is to have a wholesale account. It's kind of like having a Costco account where you pay a little bit every year, but you get a big discount and you get access to different specials. Thanks, everybody.